Hi everyone, welcome to Joyce's Creative Corner. There is no class this week as I will be leaving for Adelaide shortly to celebrate my stepdad's 70th. So what I will do instead is I will do a quick walk through one of the albums that I made. Now this is all made from scratch. So we started with pen and paper and white paper. I am learning on how to do my spines. So I'm not the best at doing these ones. And first book that I made was actually about this thick. So we're talking about 7 inches thick. So it was way too big. So I've cut it. That's why the spine is a little bit of a mess. And I've made it into 3 books. And they came out beautiful. So I'll put those to your side and I'll show you the first one. And we have our 3D flowers. So I'm going to put a little bit of glitter on here. And then I think the front is finished. Now I also ran out of my photo mats. So I've just used a plain white paper with and written on it. So these are all stuck in. They don't come out, but these come out. And then they put back in. Now this one opens this way. And we have a little pocket here with lots of little tags. And then this one opens this way. And again, another photo mat. This one opens that way and then that way. And I have made them so that they actually match. So I'll have another photo, 3x4 photo here. I've ordered some more photo mats. And then another photo mat here. That's a pocket. And that's the last page. So this is a third of the thickness, actually less than a third than it used to be. So it used to be about that thick before. So that's the first one, and I've just finished decorating it. And the second one, again, nice and thick. It opens this way. And I have run out of photo mats, so I'll continue decorating this one later if I get a chance. Photo mat. Now I haven't placed anything on here so that the photo can go straight on it, because otherwise it'll get too thick and putting it away will become an issue. This one opens this way and this one opens this way. Yes, Frankie. Frankie has to put his 2 cents worth in it. Another photo mat. And then this one is nice. Got another one. Nope, that's it. Okay. Looks like that's it. And that one, look how big it is. Got a photo mat down here. Sorry, a pocket. Or more like a belly band, really. Down there, a pocket here, and I love how these big tags came out. They're really gorgeous and they fit in there perfectly. So these albums will be going to Adelaide with me. Mum asked me to make one for her friend, so I made 3. I don't know what she wants, so I thought I'd make all of them. Why not? Okay, this is a little tag spot. So you can pop photos, another pocket here, and again, that came out quite cute. Another photo mat. And then a pocket at the back here. And again, this came out quite cute. Once we place a photo here, that will be all it needs. I got a little envelope. I actually made it for another album, but it ended up in this one because the other album is too thick as well. Okay, that's 2. And the final one. This is the thickest one out of them. And it's come out quite cute as well. Okay, so we start with a pocket. And that one opens this way and that way. So that's quite a large area for photos. And this one opens this way, and this way, and this way. So it's quite, again, quite large. So in here at the end I've got a pocket, sorry. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 panels. And then that one is also glued in. It's all glued in. Okay. And yes, these ones are also photo mats in here. So there'll be 3 on this one as well. So then this one opens this way. And there must be something else here. There we go. And that way. And then it opens this way. And again, hold on a second. It takes a lot, as you can see, of the screen. Another pocket, side pocket. And then lots and lots of space for photos. Okay, this one's just on here. And then the final one, how do you open? It opens this way, then that way, this way, and that way. Okay, and no, I don't remember how they all open. So then those 3 albums were done with my leftovers and from scratch. How I started it was with this album. So this is my starting one. And those were my leftovers. So you can imagine how much I got out to be able to do all these. So this opens this way and that way. Then I have 3, oh, and it's upside down. Wait, there we go, better. That way and that way. Then I have 3, another name for them, but I forget right now. But there's 3 of them anyway. So the first one has got a pocket at the front with lots of tags, or some white ones, obviously, and some colorful ones. Pop them all in there for now. Then these signatures with 3 signatures. So this signature opens like that. Got a little spot there. And then this way, and a pocket. The one is only 1, yes. And then this one opens this way. And of course, whatever these are, there's always lots of tags, pocket, and then the final one. So that's the first signature. The second signature is, let's do the middle one first. And middle. And then it opens this way, and then this one can pull out the other way as well. And I've got another little pocket there, side pocket. So that one is done. And then the third signature. Now this one is on its own. And then this one, let's see, opens this way. And you can pull it out completely if you want to. And then it opens that way. And again, you can pull it out completely if you want to. So I ran out of photo mats again. So these are 6x4s. So this one says they are, I use the landscape photo mats for my portraits. But I figured once it's this way, you get the idea. It is a 6x4, but it is a portrait. So yes. So that's it. And we'll put the signatures back together. Just have to remember again how they got together. Okay. And then for closure, I just used the ribbon. And now I haven't cut it because it depends on how many photos Mum's friend puts in here. If we give it to Mum's friends, she can choose which one she wants. I've got one more that I made. And on how much ribbon she will need. So I figured I'll leave all the ribbon, and it can always be cut at the last minute once it's full. And I think this has come out quite pretty. And then the last one I made was the first one I made actually. And I'm not too sure if it's too dark. It is beautiful, beautiful paper and everything, but it's a little bit dark because the paper is dark and I used it with black instead of these ones with white. So I thought, well, we'll see how it works out. So this album, I didn't make it from scratch. I actually purchased the albums from a lady in South Australia that makes them. And then I decorated them myself. So she sells the blank albums in either white or black. And she makes them all. And saves me having to make the album. And that's a pocket. And then I decorate it and pass it on to Mum. But I find it just as easy to make my own albums, because I never know how big I want them. So this one is fully magnetized, so it's got magnets on every single page to hold it together. And it's got pockets here for photos. And this one has a little taggy thingy that looks pretty. Pockets again. And then now this one I only decorated the top because it's just big enough to place photos on here. And then this one is to hide the magnet so it doesn't come out. That's it. And then what else do we have? Pocket and pocket. And then this one goes that way, this way, and another pocket. And this is the same album I made for Mum, just again different pattern paper. And then this one will just be a waterfall, and that's my magnets, so you can see why I am covering them. But that one is nicely glued on there, so it won't come off, so the customer can put her photo right on it. That's the last page. Closed it. And again, I haven't cut the ribbons, just there's plenty of there, so it can always be done at the last minute. I do need some more mats to place in those pockets, and then after that it's all finished. Well, I've got until tomorrow morning because I fly out tomorrow morning, so we'll see how I go in making some more mats. And that's it for this week. Just a walk through the albums. I have, just in case you want to see what they look like when I purchased them, this is another album that I purchased, and that's how it comes. So it's just a you either can have it in black or white, and she does everything, all the spots for you, and all you have to do is decorate it. They're very, very nice. I think she only sells them for about $30 to $40, depending on which album you want, the size. And they come with magnets, but her magnets are very small, so I used my big ones for the album. But I found it just as easy to make them from scratch as well. So that's it for today. I will see you next week with a new class, if we have class. Otherwise, I'll find something to show you. Bye for now.